Mark Twain once said, "Truth is stranger than fiction, but it's because fiction is obliged to stick to possibilities. Truth isn't." Well, I'm here to tell you that truth is also scarier than fiction, and in this video you'll find out exactly why. From an unbelievable monster to a terrifying UFO sighting, and all the way to prison torture and a phone stalker, here are 6 scary and real things that happen to people. The Enfield Monster Mystery. 1973. It's night, and 2 young children from the McDaniel family of Enfield, Illinois, claim to see a weird creature lurking in their yard, trying to get in the house. However, their father Henry McDaniel was not convinced and was sure it was all just in their minds. Later that night, Henry was awoken by strange scratching sounds. He grabbed his gun and a flashlight and went to check the source of the noise. It was then that between 2 rose bushes he saw a creature that was almost like a human body, just as his kids had described. According to Henry, the creature had 3 legs on it, a short body, 2 little short arms, and 2 pink eyes as big as flashlights. Henry fired 4 shots and was sure he hit the creature at least once, causing it to make a hiss before it ran off toward the railway embankment. What stunned him the most was seeing this monster jump 80 feet in 3 jumps before quickly running out of sight. When police arrived, they found scratches on the door screen as well as footprints in the dirt near McDaniel's home that looked dog-like with 6 toe pads, but there were no clues pointing to an unusual creature. No one believed Henry. The police even threatened him with jail time. After his testimony about the Enfield monster went public, other eyewitnesses claimed to see the monster. Monster hunters swarmed the town, and at least 5 men were arrested after firing shots in the area and claimed to have photographed the creature. To this day, no explanation has been uncovered for this creepy yet real story. The Tucker telephone torture device. For inmates doing time at the Tucker State Prison Farm in Arkansas during the early 1960s, the Tucker telephone was extremely terrifying. The Tucker telephone was a sadistic method of punishment that was frequently used on prisoners at the state prison, which is now the Tucker unit of the Arkansas Department of Correction. The device was hooked up to a source of immense electric power and functioned as an electric shock device attached to the private parts of victims. Inmates sent to the hospital room were strapped down to a table with 2 wires applied to their skin. The ground wire was wrapped around their big toe, while the hot wire, which the electricity ran through, was strapped to the inmates' genitals. Once the doctors turned the crank on the Tucker telephone, their victims were brutally shocked by torrents of electricity. Many of the prisoners ended up with permanent organ damage, but others also suffered from mental illness following the torture. The brutality of the prison became so famous that the Tucker telephone was depicted in the 1980 film Brubaker. Thank you for choosing to watch our video. If you enjoyed so far, please like it and subscribe to support our channel. We truly appreciate it. You can also hit the bell icon and get notified when we upload new videos to the channel. Now, let's continue. The Berkshire UFO Incident. September 1, 1969. A disc-shaped craft was seen at night performing acrobatic maneuvers in the sky above the Berkshires. Others say they didn't see the craft but were taken aboard it. It's unclear exactly how long the phenomenon lasted, but many who claim to have witnessed the Berkshire UFO described losing time, unable to account for an hour or so during the incident. The most famous encounter from this incident was alleged to occur in Sheffield near Old Covered Bridge. Thomas Reed and his family were crossing the bridge when they saw a disc-shaped object hovering in the air. Reed described the craft as a white orb that was bigger than a football field. They tried escaping the UFO by continuing to drive down Covered Bridge Lane, but the craft followed them. Reed says the car was engulfed in light and they were pulled into the UFO. When Reed took a polygraph test, he was found to be 99.1% truthful. It was estimated that at least 40 residents, including children who are now adults still living in the Berkshire area, saw the alien aircraft. Some of them reportedly called in to the local radio station to share the bizarre phenomena that they had just seen. The witness accounts were were so plentiful and compelling that the Great Barrington Historical Society officially recognized the incident as the first off-world UFO case in US history, 45 years after it happened. The Villisca X Murder House. The house is the site of a gruesome unsolved 1912 murder in which 6 children and 2 adults had their skulls completely crushed by the axe of an unknown perpetrator. It was purchased in 1994, restored to its 1912 condition, and converted into a tourist destination. It costs $428 a night to stay in the old haunted home. 2014. Robert Stephen Lawson Jr., 47 years old, of Wisconsin, was on a regular recreational paranormal visit with friends when things took a wrong turn. His friends found him stabbed in the chest, apparently self-inflicted wound. They called 911 and Lawson was brought to a nearby hospital before being transported by helicopter to Creighton University Medical Center in Omaha. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office said Lawson suffered the self-inflicted injury at about 12:45 a.m., which is around the same time the 1912 X murders in the house began. Eventually, Lawson recovered from his injuries, but has never spoken publicly about what occurred that day. For Marceline, the owner of the home, the incident was very upsetting, yet the house remains open for tourist visits and overnight stays today. The Phone Stalker. In 2007, ABC News documented a series of cell phone calls to families with scary and specific death threats. The unidentified callers knew exactly what families were doing and what they were wearing. According to the families, the calls come in at all hours of the night, threatening to kill their children, their pets, and grandparents. Voicemails arrive, playing recordings of their private conversations, including one with a local police detective. The caller knows what the people are wearing and what they are doing. After months of investigating, police seem powerless to stop them. This went on with the Quiquinel family for months, who reported a caller with a scratchy voice threatening to kill them. When the police tried to find the source of the call, they found out that the calls were traced back to the family's own phones, even when they were turned off. It got worse. This family and 2 other families told ABC News that they believe the callers are using their cell phones to spy on them. They say the hackers know their every move, where they are, what they're doing, and what they're wearing, and no one has a solution to this very day. Thank you for watching. Which real event scared you the most? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed our video, click on the video to the right, as I guarantee you'll enjoy it as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great and safe day.